Welcome to the Loaded Cannon. Arsenal 1, Wolves 0. Huge result today. Before we get started, as we always do, we're going to dedicate this video to a victim of Israeli oppression. And, you know, sometimes you think to yourself, it doesn't matter how many Palestinians die, how many Palestinian men, women or children die, there doesn't seem to be the required sympathy in the world for anyone to put a stop to it. So maybe this video that I'll post in the comments below, look at the top comment, a kitten was killed by a bloodthirsty, I don't even know what to call them, just horrible person. Sometimes you think to yourself, maybe animals with 4 legs might elicit more of a sympathetic response. So hopefully this video does something to make people pay attention to such a bloodthirsty society. Anyway, on to Arsenal. Massive result today. Absolutely huge. I can't remember exactly what minute we got a red card, what minute Wolves got their red card, but that gap in between those 2 red cards, I thought Arsenal managed really well. Liverpool obviously won today as well, which would have been, and we knew that at the time of the red card that, you know, they were winning, anyone watching it, and obviously the players would have got the message at half time, etc. We absolutely have to take points away from that gap that Liverpool have got between us and them if we want any chance of trying to do something this season in the league. And at one point in today's games, it looked like that gap was going to get wider. So the fact that now it's full time and the gap hasn't got any bigger is a good day. Like, obviously Liverpool had it very easy, Ipswich at home and they won 4-1. But for Arsenal to grind this out, I think the feeling amongst the team and the fan base compared to what it would have been like if that gap had grown by 2 points was huge. But you know, watching this game, even when we were 10 on 11, I always felt like there was a goal in the game and I always felt like it was going to come from a set piece. I didn't know who it was going to be, Wolves or Arsenal, but there wasn't a lot of quality in open play today. But I've always felt like with our set piece ability, we have a chance. And obviously the way that goal came, eventually resulting in a lovely finish from Calafiori. And Mikel Arteta must be very happy, given that he made that substitution and it came off. It's a real disappointment though for me today that, like, unfortunately, Mars Lewis-Skelly, who has just been amazing for us since he's come in, and I thought even the way he was playing so far before he got sent off, he was having a brilliant game. And obviously we'll talk about the red card and what we all think of it, but it's a shame because in his development as a first teamer, this is hopefully not something that's going to knock him off course. I think he's been so good, and now if he's out for hopefully not 3 games, I think it would just be a 1-game one. Hopefully, you know, he retains his place in the team, because I think that you can't take him out of the team. He's been absolutely brilliant, and as I said, before he got sent off, I thought he was playing brilliantly as well. But it's a shame that, you know, a youngster got the red, and then the guy that got substituted off was another youngster as well, you know, in Nwaneri, who everyone knows how much I like him as a player, just phenomenal. So those 2 going off wasn't ideal, but look, today it was one of those games where at 0-0 you think to yourself, someone's got the chance of being a bit of a hero, and it was Calafiori, and he was the guy that got subbed on as well. So Mikel Arteta will be giving himself a big pat on the back. Now look, aside from this being a huge win for us, let's talk about that red card, because I'm sort of torn on it, you know. At the time when it happened, I was convinced that it was not a red card. Like when I saw it live, then I saw the replay. Now the thing is, in real time, I thought it was just a trip, right? And then I thought to myself, how can the referee give a red card for that 80 yards away from goal if it's just a trip? Because there's clearly so much football left to be played, so much to do for that to be a clear goal scoring opportunity. But then when I saw the replay, MLS wasn't as innocent as I thought. He knew he was going to commit a foul, so it was an intentional foul. But it could only be 2 things then: violent conduct or serious foul play. It didn't look violent, you know, it wasn't like he was trying to hurt anyone. So serious foul play. And I guess I can see why a red was given for serious foul play. But in all honesty, it's one of those ones where, yes, it's a yellow card. No one's going to argue that. But I think there is an argument to be had about if that's a red card. It's one of those ones, like people say, it's an orange card, right? Some people are going to say it's a red, others are going to say no, it's not. But you've given the referee something to think about. And it just, like, what annoys me is that, look, if MLS felt the need to commit a foul like that gives the referee a decision to make to send off, to send him off, then I have to question how we were set up from that attacking set piece, because you should not be making last-ditch tackles 80 yards away from goal. You should have a man covering. You should have a player to cover. And you shouldn't be that susceptible to a counter like that. If you are, you're not set up right. And this is what annoys me. MLS should not be in a position where he's thinking, I have to make this foul. And the fact of the matter is, he has come down, studs on top of a foot. I can see why it's given. I don't agree with it. And I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see another one like that all season. And how many times, as Arsenal fans, and it was on this ground, if I remember correctly, Martinelli, 2 yellow cards in 10 seconds in the same phase of play. Have we ever seen that since for any footballer in any league, in any game? No. And Saliba's one, little clash of heads. When have we ever seen that again? And again, I just kind of get fed up of Arsenal always being the ones where even if, right, they've got it right, it's like, why is it always us? Why is it always us? I just get frustrated. And then obviously, Wolves have got the red card as well. And likewise, I think to myself, do you know what? If a yellow was given for that, I like the fact that there was consistency. I think, it's always more likely a referee's going to give a red card to an opposition player once he gives it to the other team because he tries to balance it out. But if the MLS one never happened, and that was the only incident in the game that the ref had to sort of decide what card to give, if he gave a yellow for Wolves' red, I would have been all right with it. I think the referee could have managed a game in a way where both of those were yellows, and you keep 11 on 11 on the pitch. But, it's just frustrating to me. Yes, I accept it's an orange for MLS, but it should have. I think if I was a ref and I really had to make a decision there, given where it was on the pitch, and I mean, like, how clearly did the ref really see that? I personally would have given a yellow. Let me know what you think in the comments anyway, whether you feel hard done by that, or whether you think the referee got it right. Now, with the Wolves one as well, let me know there as well. I think both of them, on balance, should have been yellows, but I can see why they were both given reds. But I'll tell you one thing. If you gave MLS a red and then didn't follow up with a red for the challenge when it was the turn for Wolves, then I'd be livid. At least, and this is the sort of silver lining to it, at least there was consistency in the way the referee applied it. Anyway, massive result today to stay in contention. Man City, Chelsea next. And either way, no matter what result happens in that game, really, it will favour us, because I still see Chelsea dropping more and more points, and you never know, Man City could go on a massive run. Overall, I want a draw in that game, and I think Arsenal can look at today and kind of say what could have been a really, really bad day actually turned out to be a good one. Fingers crossed, a draw between Man City and Chelsea, and Arsenal, well done for digging deep and not folding, because the way we played when it was 10 on 11, I thought we actually did really, really well. Up the Arsenal. See you next time. And also, I almost forgot, shout out Little Dessert Shop. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be enjoying Box Life today. So shout out Little Dessert Shop. If you're ordering a dessert tonight, hit them up on Deliveroo. Take care. Bye.